I believe we are back on the air as we get ready for game number 4 of the night. And this one ought to be a pretty good game, I think, here with the Lumberjacks
and
and the
it's anything like
Wildcats.
last year's game, we're going to have some fun. Going down to the last shot stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're behind the 8 ball here for our pregame, so we're going to run through some quick information for the Lumberjacks real quick. Lumberjacks have a 7-3 record. Their last game was a 63-48 win over Bonners Ferry. They are second in the power rankings. Actually, I think they dropped to third. They dropped to third. It changed since last night when I changed it. The Grangeville Bulldogs are 4-3. They beat Orofino. Actually, that is incorrect. This is the score for the girls' game. It was 53-20. Orofino beat Grangeville beat Orofino.
You're gonna get your stats right here soon, man.
So, well, I don't know. I was all confused last night.
Is this just gonna be some fake news now?
Sure, why not? Power rankings. We'll look at those real quick. Nampa Christian is at number 1. Wendell is number 2. St. Mary's dropped to 3 from 2. West Side went to 5th. Marsing went to 6th. North Fremont up to 7th.
I think you forgot Melba in there somewhere.
I don't see who went to number 8. It might have been Melba.
Oh, they look like they dropped to 4. West Jeff?
Melba went to 4, yeah.
Oh, who cares? Yeah. We're sitting in the top 5.
They're somewhere in there.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter right now.
Okay, so we'll skip all that since I got it all messed up.
My hero.
Oh, man. I started doing my pregame stuff last night, and I was after doing a bunch of plowing, and I got tired, and I said, never mind, and it really messed me up.
That crazy snow, I tell you, it blows everybody's mind.
Let's take a look at these two teams head-to-head. The Lumberjacks are 2-9 against Kellogg. They won 2 against Kellogg last year. I completely forgot about that. But they have not beat Raw for the ball yet with Coach Chase as the head coach.
No, they have not. Last year they came, and my fingers are like so many centimeters apart from winning it.
Yeah, they've came very close several times.
Or was that 2 years ago? 2 years ago.
It might have been 2 years ago, yeah. The Lumberjacks, like I said, are 2-9 in the series against the Wildcats since Coach Chase took the helm of the Lumberjacks. In those games, I don't think I added those up. Maybe I did. I thought I did. I don't see it, though.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Nope, neither. I thought I added up the scoring.
2-9, Tim.
For
2-9.
Anyways, the Lumberjacks are averaging 56 points per game. They're allowing 53. The Wildcats are averaging 54. They're allowing 56 points per game. The Wildcats are coached by Jeff Nearing, 3A Intermountain League. They're 7th in the 3A power rankings. They have a 4-4 record. Their last game was a 56-47 loss to the Freeman Scotties. The Lumberjacks are coming off of a 4 straight road game stretch. They went 2-2. They lost to Potlatch and Prairie. They beat Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. The last game was at Potlatch, where the Lumberjacks struggled to make a basket. They lost that game 61-33. They then traveled to Prairie the next Saturday, where they lost 77-70. Then they beat Sandpoint in Sandpoint 50-46, and they beat Bonners Ferry 63-48. In the Bonners Ferry game, Eli Gibson had 12 points. Nelson had 10 points with 6 rebounds. Ross had 11 points with 9 steals and 3 assists. Stansel had 9 points. Grant Pete had 7. Sands had 6, and Bechtel had 4. The news about that is Grant Pete was having the best game he's had. He played through 3 quarters. I guess he rolled his ankle pretty badly, and he is inactive tonight, and Coach Chase said probably for a month at least. So that is the information on them. The Wildcats, they are returning several players here this year. Graydon Nearing, Gavin Luna, Tyler Orley, Brandon Miller, and Logan Jerome. Returning players with honors, Nearing was All-League last year and All-State, and Gavin Luna was All-League last year. Their key player lost last year was Brennan Atkins. In the preseason coaches poll, Kellogg to finish first. Players to watch for the Wildcats is Gavin Luna and Graydon Nearing. The Wildcats had a great season last year. They graduated a whole lot of players. They went down to state, and I was on my way down to state listening to their game, and they lost a heartbreaker, and I think the first round at state, and they had really high hopes. They had a super strong team, and they lost it by free throws, if I remember right.
I got to say this for Coach Nearing. He's been there now for several years, and his program never misses a beat either, just like Coach Chase. Has a lot to say about these two programs up here in northern Idaho. It's a good programs for both of them.
All right, we're just about getting set for the starting lineups. And if you happen to be looking at it on our YouTube stream, I just barely got the starters for Kellogg, so I was not able to get them up on there for that. Starting for the Wildcats, though, it will be a 5'10 freshman, Ripley Luna, number 5, a 6'3 senior, number 12, Tyler Ortley, a 6'2 senior, number 21, Graydon Nearing, a 6-foot senior, number 22, Brandon Miller, and a 6'3 senior, number 32, Gavin Luna. They have a little bit of height on their roster, but St. Mary's does too, so I don't think there's really an advantage or disadvantage for either team on that side necessarily. But body size,
these are men.
Kellogg has a little advantage on that side of it.
It certainly looks that way right now.
For the Lumberjacks I think are wearing some throwbacks or something because their jerseys are different numbers today. For the Lumberjacks starting, it will be tonight number 25, 6'2 sophomore guard, Coleman Ross. Number 30, 6'4 junior post, Randy Bechtel. 6'5 sophomore post, number 32, Tristan Nelson. Number 12, 6'3 junior guard, Brett Stansel. And then number 23, he stays with the same number, 6'1 junior guard, Eli Gibson. We're going to turn up our crowd mic there. Okay, well, I will stand corrected, but the roster has different numbers on it from what they still have their normal numbers, guys.
I was going to say.
The Lumberjacks still have their normal numbers, so I don't know what happened there with the roster. It'll be Nelson going up against Ortley, 6'3 versus 6'5. Nelson the advantage by a couple of inches there. Lumberjacks in their white uniforms. The Wildcats in their black uniforms. St. Mary's going right to left. Wildcats left to right. Opening tip controlled by St. Mary's. Eli Gibson has it. And I don't have Gibson in here as a starter for some reason. As the Lumberjacks working inside, ball is loose, and it's going to be last touched. Nope, they are going to change it. It was basically a turnover on St. Mary's. I don't know who instigated that pass to make the turnover, but I'm going to give it to somebody so that we have the turnover in the stat numbers here. So the Wildcats will bring it down. Ripley Luna, the freshman, he controls it. Then he flips it to Miller. Back to the opposite wing now. That's, I believe, stolen by Gibson.
And hard throw to Coleman. Not there.
And
not there.
Gibson turned it over.
Yeah, that was definitely his. And he even pointed it to himself. My bad.
Yep. So Lumberjacks go back on defense.
Gibson's got some great leadership qualities I've noticed in some of the games I've seen this season.
And a foul going to be called. I think that goes against Gibson. So the Wildcats inbound from the sideline, far side. It is Nearing, now back out to 5. Ripley Luna, the shot's no good. Rebound goes to
Bechtel.
There's some guys slipping down on the floor and some contact, but nothing happening. And a nice little move by Coleman Ross from the elbow. Puts it up and good. Lumberjacks strike first. We get a foul called.
Got to grab. Can't do it. Coleman grabbed his jersey, basically.
Ross with a foul. St. Mary's with 2. Lumberjacks do commit quite a few fouls, if I remember right, for the boys.
That's a sign of aggressiveness for part of it.
Lumberjacks kind of pressing a little bit. Wildcats get it across the timeline. Jump shot, Miller, it's up and good. From just about the free throw line. Coming the other way, we're going to get a reach in by, it's not whistled as a foul, but Ortley reaches in and slaps the ball away from Stansel. The ball goes out of bounds. Into the backcourt, into Ross. Now Ross brings it to the front court. Gives it to Gibson, left wing. Gibson's going to pull the trigger on the 3. It's no good. Fight for the rebound is taken by the Wildcats.
That ball just eluded Bechtel by a little bit from getting the offensive rebound.
3-point shot on the way by the Wildcats, no good. Bechtel on the rebound.
Bechtel's very active on the boards.
Down to Nelson. Nelson's going to drive. They're going to wave everything off, and they're going to call a travel.
He did. He stopped his dribble a little too soon before he made the move to the basket.
That'll be Graydon Nearing bringing it down. Now he gives it back to Luna. Luna back to Nearing. Nearing bounce pass to the corner. Bringing it up is, trying to bring it in is Ortley. They kick it back out. Shot is up and no good by Nearing. Rebound to Ross. Another 3-point shot. Then the ball ends up loose from Ross. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kellogg. St. Mary's will inbound from the sideline. 2-2 still a score. 5:38 to go. Gibson has the ball for the Jacks. He's up near the midcourt circle, calling out the play. Gives it to Stansel. Stansel back to the top to Ross. Ross back to Gibson. Gibson in the corner, right side. Now back to Ross. He's looking for an outlet. He goes to Stansel, opposite side. Now down to the corner to Bechtel. Bechtel, left side, goes back to Ross. Ross almost can't handle it, but is able to pick it up before it gets out of bounds or back into the backcourt. Ross now has it near the midcourt circle. He goes to Gibson. Gibson near the sideline, right side. He's going to bring it to the free throw line. Nice little crossover dribble. Goes to the bucket, gets the shot blocked, but Stansel on the rebound. Stansel on the rebound. The putback was good. And the Wildcats going the other way. Go up for a bucket. It's no good. Foul called. I can't tell if it was a 1-3 or a 1-4. It was a 1-3. It was Nelson with the foul.
Hobbled off there after that play underneath the basket.
That will send Ortley to the free throw line where he short arms that one off the iron. Oh, Gibson goes to the bench. Who came in for him? Sands did. Oh, I don't have Sands. Oh, there he is. Second free throw on the way. That one is good. 4-3 the score. Jacks up by 1. Hopefully Gibson is good. We don't need another rolled ankle. The roster's fairly short for St. Mary's as it is. A bad pass by Nelson. good idea, but a bad pass. It was up high. Sands couldn't just barely get a fingertip on it before it went out of bounds. Wildcats inbound after the Jacks turnover. Lumberjacks averaging about 16 turnovers a game. Nearing has it, right side, guarded by Sands. Now they go to the short corner. Now back to a driving Nearing. Shot is up, no good. The rebound was to Nelson. Nelson feeds it down to Ross. Ross puts it up and good. We get a timeout by the Wildcats.
Coach Nearing was not too happy about what went on there. I'm not sure what he saw, but St. Mary's is playing very well on the boards. They're boxing out so far, and they seem to be the aggressors right now, and that's why they're up.
There's some pretty physical play so far, too.
That is for sure.
A lot of bodies being allowed to hit the floor. And I almost saw when Nelson grabbed that rebound that Kellogg player that came flying in from the side almost could have been called, but no whistle as they let him play. Gibson is over on the bench, no ice or anything, so just a little tweak of his knee or his ankle.
Maybe a little flat tire with a shoe kind of thing.
Wildcats have it. They get it down to the baseline, and the Wildcats turn it over.
Defense by Nelson.
Back the other way, they're going to get it to Stansel, and Stansel's shot rolls in. That was an assist,
Nelson
was it not?
by assist. Yeah, I would give that to him. It's great defense here. They're smothering Kellogg right now.
Steal by Ross. A shot up by Bechtel. It won't go. Ball is loose, finally pulled down by the Wildcats.
Look at that. Oh.
And we're going to get a foul. That's going to be Nelson. I believe it's his. My tablet looks like it says third, but I don't think it's his third. It says it's only, should be his second foul.
It is. And he's stepping out, and Gibson is back in. I think he got a boo-boo on his knee.
Wildcats back the other way after the foul on Nelson. Gibson steps back in, Nelson out.
All by himself.
That was all the way, that was Taylor Bush. Getting alone in the paint. Randy Bechtel takes a tumble there. I'm not sure what happened, but he goes flying across the floor. Lumberjacks get it to Sands. Three-point shot on the way. Coleman Ross, the assist.
The defense is just smothering. They're not giving Kellogg much to work with. But this is what happens when you do a press. It gets a guy wide open down under the basket.
Bechtel goes to contest a shot down the other end. He's going to get called for the foul. It's already 5 team fouls for the Lumberjacks. That sends number 32, Gavin Luna, to
Coach,
the charity
they need
stripe.
to call off the dogs a little bit right now, because this is the thing that does happen with the press sometimes, is fouls.
Second shot. Forthcoming on the way. It is good. Should be 11-7, I believe, right?
That's what I have.
Lumberjacks back the other way. Ross has the ball
And
to
they fixed
Bechtel.
it.
Bechtel gets open for the three. It's off the back iron. It is no good. Rebound Wildcats. Bush to Luna. Colby Luna. There's a couple of Lunas on this team. 1, 2, 3 of them, to be exact.
That'll keep you confused.
Bad pass, overthrown. Sands comes away with it, finds a cutting.
Oh, wow!
And Ross puts it up and in.
Yeah.
Ross had to fight to corral that pass from
Oh, my
Sands.
goodness. That was incredible.
13-7 the score. Jacks on top. Nelson getting set to check back in. Wide open look for the Wildcats. Three-point shot. Maybe a little flop there. I don't know. What'd you see?
I thought he got his butt on him, but the thing is, he exaggerated that one.
I thought he exaggerated just a little bit there. Now what are they doing?
I think we got double fouls going here. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure Sands got called for the foul on this end. Or no?
And no, I think we got a technical.
Huh. They made the free throw. I believe it was number 10 on the free throw.
Okay, and then okay, so there's a technical on Kellogg.
Oh, okay.
That was just a shot after the point. Did he make that one?
Yeah.
Who made the basket in the first
I believe it was
place?
10. Gibson makes the first free throw of the technical side of things.
Technical's 2 shots. And it'll be St. Mary's ball.
And Gibson makes both. 15-11 the score as the Wildcats cut that lead down a little bit, though, with that 4-point play. So there must have been a little bit of jawing or something by the Wildcat player afterwards.
Well, it's good officiating to get that thing nipped in the bud immediately. And that was on Ortelli.
Was it Ortley? Yeah.
Ortley.
That's why number 12 is up there on the board.
And that counts as a personal. It does not count as a team foul, but it does count as a personal.
Lumberjacks have the ball back inside.
Oh, nice.
Who assisted that?
That was done by Gibson.
To Sands.
Uh-huh. They're executing just perfectly right now, Tim.
Shot on the way, no good. Rebound, though, by the Wildcats. Put back won't go.
Got to travel, yep.
Coach doesn't like it for Kellogg.
Well, I don't know how he can see that from over here where he's sitting with all these people between him and that ball. I just don't see it, Tim. He needs to sit down.
He might get a technical. Wildcats putting on a press here. Now we've got some I don't know what they're doing here. They called a travel.
He called travel. But now it looked like he was trying to make it into a jump ball.
Little confusion there by the refs.
And then
the
it
corner.
ended up in Kellogg's hands.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I don't
turned it into a jump ball.
Wildcats have it up top. Back out to the corner. Left side. Now back to the top. Bush. Now to the corner. Back up to Bush up top. They feed it inside. Bad pass, though. St. Mary's comes away with it.
Nelson with a steal.
Nelson is in. I didn't see him in. That was Coleman Ross with the bucket.
They are just feeling it right now, Tim, in the scoring.
Trying to see who is out for St. Mary's. Stansel is out. We get a whistle the other way. Is it a foul or just out of bounds?
Just
Ball's
out of bounds.
Stansel comes back in for St. Mary's. Ross goes out for a breather. And now we get a timeout taken by Kellogg. 19-11, Lumberjacks are up by 8. High-paced competition so far.
And this is working into St. Mary's favor right now. Very good execution. They're seeing the open men. A lot of fast break points right now. Just incredible ball play and handling right now by St. Mary's.
I still say that one pass by Sands was gorgeous down here when he hit Ross, because that defender was right there and he fed it just perfectly out in front of him.
He did not have any room for error to put that ball in.
And Ross did make a little bit of a bubble trying to grab it, but he was able to put it in. Once again, don't forget, K&RH Printing is located in the band room tonight, selling some Lumberjack gear.
Oh, I didn't make it over there. I was going to.
The Wildcats will inbound from side court here. 72% from the floor, Clark.
Well, that's why you got 19 points to show for it already.
Bush has it, now back to the corner to Luna.
They can't sustain that for a whole game.
Back up the top.
Shoot 50%, you're going to win this game.
Now a three-point shot on the way by Colby Luna, and it's good.
That's his second three.
And I think it's a foul going the other way against the Wildcats. I don't know who drew that foul for the Wildcats, or for St. Mary's. 19-14 the score. I don't know, the Lumberjacks average at one point, they're averaging about 63% from the floor. Inbound pass, 37 seconds. Stansel has the ball for the Lumberjacks, brings it left side.
One thing I got to say, Tim, is that Kellogg is still within 5, even with him shooting 72%.
Sands gets it to Bechtel. Bechtel's three is no good. Rebound goes to the Wildcats.
On the line, Coach. He's contesting everything right now. He's into it.
The ball was loose. It was touched off the out of bounds lines. Last touch by Kellogg. Kellogg's coach disagrees. Inbound pass to Bechtel up top. Bechtel gives it to Sands. 14 seconds. Cross court to Gibson. 9 seconds. Cross court to Bechtel. Bechtel's three off back iron, no good. Bechtel with the rebound. Shot at the buzzer by Gibson was no good. And that's how the first quarter will end. 19-14, Jacks on top. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. Well, more like Les Schwab alignment and brakes and shocks and wheels and tires. Now, some tire places don't offer all that. They only sell tires. And we're not sure how they sleep at night, because all those services affect things like steering and stopping. That's why we offer more than tires to help keep you safe. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1950.
And the gymnasium is loud.
As usual, both student sections are having a lot of fun today.
As they should be. Lumberjacks will start with possession in the second quarter.
Sandy, call your mother. She just missed that break. I don't know why she's asleep.
Lumberjacks inbound. Stansel brings it near side. Ross now up top. Now Stansel. And a steal by the Wildcats. Shot is up and good. Got to see who's on the floor for St. Mary's. Make my substitutions.
Ortelli was the one with the basket.
Yeah. Is Gibson out there? Yeah, he is. A couple of shots by St. Mary's, a couple of offensive boards, and finally the Wildcats get the rebound. They take it the other way. Back to the corner to Nearing. Nearing's shot is no good. I didn't see who took those shots for St. Mary's, so I can't give any credits for those a minute ago. 6:57 to go in the half. St. Mary's 19, Wildcats 16.
14 was the shooter for St. Mary's.
One of the shooters. Lumberjacks bring it back the other way, and that pass is going to be a turnover by Stansel. I don't know how that Wildcat player managed to get his body out of the way of it, but he apparently did.
He did.
Wildcats will bring it down. Luna to controller for the Wildcats. goes to Miller. Miller up top. Ball is tipped up into the air by Ross. The Wildcats able to get it, but Stansel gets a hand on it, taps out of bounds. The ball stays with Kellogg. .634. 6 timeouts, or 6 fouls for St. Mary's already. Wildcats get the shot inside. It was put up by Gavin Luna. It was no good.
Yeah, but Ortley was on his back, on Bechtel's back.
A foul against the Wildcats there.
Bechtel's really crashing the boards so far in this game.
Inbound pass to Ross. Gets it back to Sands. Lumberjacks break the press. And Lumberjacks.
He wasn't looking
turned
down.
over.
His foot was out of bounds. That's okay. Can't see them all.
Back the other way. Shot is up. It's no good. Bechtel fights for the rebound. Ross comes away with it. St. Mary's quickly in transition. Ross down to Nelson. Nelson spins high off the glass. The shot's no good. And that's a foul on Stansel.
Yeah, he was all over him.
And it's the 1-1.
It's 1-1.
That'll send the Wildcats to the free throw line. Gibson going to check back in for St. Mary's. Stansel goes out. Lumberjack shooting percentage down to 53%.
Uh-oh, calling the dogs. We're doomed.
First free throw by Luna is good. 19-17, Jack's lead is 2. Wildcats on a 3-0 run to start the second. Second free throw in and out. Nelson pulls down the board. St. Mary's trying to get it across. Gibson brings it down. Left side. Going to get a reach-in foul there.
He's trying to stop Gibson by grabbing onto him. That just doesn't work.
That was the freshman Ripley Luna drawing that foul, his first.
He's so small compared to Eli. I'm not talking about height, but just the body frame.
Size. Lumberjacks have the ball in. Nelson out to Ross. Ross for 3. That shot is no good. Lumberjacks are really trying to get out, get those perimeter shots. Gibson goes to the ground. I don't know if he was wanting a foul. Nothing called. They try to force it inside.
He kind of flopped a little bit.
Nelson has it. Nelson's going to drive, and I think the crowd is the Wildcats were cheering for a minute there, but Nelson hit his head on the floor.
I don't think they realized what had happened.
5:16 to go. Nelson's being checked out. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And we are back, and they've got Nelson still down. He's rolled over. They're still checking on him. We're going to go ahead and keep into the break for right now. We'll step away for a minute. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
we are back. It's just we went to the break. Nelson, they got him up off the floor, and he went over and has taken a seat on the bench. That was a shooting foul, wasn't it?
No, that was traveling.
It was a travel?
They called a travel, which I disagree with.
Huh. Stansel comes in for Nelson. So I need to take that foul off the board because I thought they had called a foul against the Wildcats on that one. Wildcats have the ball, looking to tie or maybe take a lead here. Ooh, wide open guy in the middle. Ooh, no call there.
Hit the ball. Both of them have hit the ball. No reason to call
shot,
something.
An offensive rebound, another shot. And that ball goes out of bounds off of Kellogg.
Kellogg's got a press. They're going to try to put a press on.
4:48 counting in the half as looks like Nelson's going to go get checked out. He's going back to the band room.
They're going to do a concussion protocol.
Gibson gets tripped up, blocking foul called. The coach over here doesn't like the call. He hasn't liked anything.
That's his way. I've seen him many years.
He's a vociferous coach.
Yes. Well, he's fighting for his kids. I will give him that.
Yeah. 4:34 to go in the second quarter. 19-17. Jacks up. 7 fouls for St. Mary's, 5 for Kellogg. Sands has the ball. He's going to look for an outlet. Gets it to Gibson. Gibson to Sands. Sands back to Gibson. Gibson tries to penetrate, goes back out to Sands. Sands, I think it's a two-pointer. It's a little bit short. Rebound to the Wildcats. Wildcats quickly down the floor. Nearing has the ball. Back to the top. I believe that's to Miller. Miller gonna trigger the three. Oh my! That was a deep three, and the big man hit it. Actually, I don't think that's Miller. That's 32. That's Gavin Luna, and the Wildcats take their first lead. Stansel trying to feed it into Sands. And it's tipped out of bounds by Kellogg. Get a timeout by St. Mary's.
Full timeout.
First timeout by the Lumberjacks. 3:49 to go in the first half. St. Mary's is down by 1 after leading up until now. It has actually been a 6-0 run for Kellogg here.
And part of what's going on so far is they are not creating any fast breaks at this point. And Kellogg's defense is very strong. They're playing a good zone right now. And we're just not making a few shots right at the moment.
Yeah.
That can correct itself. And I know Coach Chase well enough that he will make the adjustments.
Yeah. So Nelson has already come back out. He's actually back over by the bench again. Probably won't see him play anymore tonight, though, I would imagine.
That's a coach and parent, doctor.
Coach, doctor, all that decision.
And as a coach, it was never my decision. I wanted a doctor to tell me if that kid could play or not.
Well, that's the nice thing about St. Mary's is they've got Michael Ebert as an assistant coach down there. He's also an EMT, so he can probably took him back and probably assessed him,
Probably check eye movement, things like this. Make sure he knew what year it was, where he was.
But sometimes I think, like even in football games, you watch the NFL, the pro games, if they diagnose as a concussion, they don't bring him back out on the field to avoid all the sounds and stuff.
Well, if it's diagnosed, then no, he's not coming back in.
Lumberjacks inbound after the timeout.
But if they don't think he has it, then they'll let him come back in.
Gibson fakes a pass, steps up to the free throw line. Jump shot is up and good by Gibson. That was a nice looking move. Fake pass, stepped right up as he cleared out the defense. Wildcats looking as Lumberjacks retake the lead. Nearing. I think it was a short.
He got a three on that one. He got a three.
3? I swear he was inside that line.
Well, that's why you're up here.
Wow.
The rest right there.
Instead, they go to Bechtel, and it was a little extra step by Bechtel as what happened there mainly was that he just didn't cleanly grab that pass. And he
brought the ball down to his waist, making it a lot easier for the defender to make him alter what he wanted to do with the ball.
Bad pass by the Wildcats, almost gets the Lumberjacks, but they're able to tip it to their own teammates. A shot is up, it's no good. Wildcats with the rebound. Now we get another three-point shot on the way, it's no good. Rebound goes to Stansel. And Lumberjacks bring it back. It's going to be Gibson. Gibson to the corner to Ross. Ross drives, nice shot, it's up and good. Or did they?
Oh, that coach got in his ear. I call that a charge, and I do not agree with that. Oh, the coach got right in his ear, and I think he influenced that call big time.
Coach Chase doesn't like it either.
Oh my goodness.
I think Coach Chase was saying he undercut him.
Well, not just that, but you know, as a referee, I just don't like seeing that.
Well, especially if it was influence, yeah. Shot on the way, it's no good. Rebound to the Wildcats. Shot is put back and up by number 3, Taylor Bush. And I, some reason, have a point on there. Oh, because I put Ross's bucket on there and it didn't happen. Oh, I need to take that off. And we have a substitution for one. Do we have a foul against Kellogg, or?
Yeah, we did, number 3.
Lumberjacks inbound. Under 2 to go. Jacks trail by 4. We got a three-point shot on the way by Sands. It's no good.
All of a sudden, there you go.
And
all of a sudden, the rebounds have been going a lot more Kellogg's way this quarter, too.
Did Kellogg step on that out-of-bounds line?
Yes, he did.
25-21. Checking back in is number 10, Colby Luna. Going out is 22, Brandon Miller. I forgot to get that sub for Ledbetter coming in. Didn't know who he went in for. He went in for Ross. Lumberjacks have the ball. Stansel to Bechtel. Bechtel looking into Ledbetter. That ball is tipped up and out. Wildcats looking to try to add to that lead. Stands almost gets the steal. Wildcats recover. Now they go to the wing. Back to the top to Nearing. Opposite wing to Bush. Now back to Nearing up top. Now to the right wing. Three-point shot is up. It is no good. The ball is tipped up. Out of bounds. Last touch by Kellogg.
1:13 till halftime. And we'll see how the adjustments are made at halftime, too.
Yeah. Lumberjacks trail by 4. 1:09 to go. Gibson brings it across the timeline. Works a bit to double team.
Not as good of a pass as you wanted to make there.
What
there
kind
you
of
go.
Are they playing a big foul there by, I don't have number, was that 20? I don't have a 20.
Well, you do now.
Is he on here? Oh, Tanner Groves, okay. The foul was drawn by Stansel. He'll step to the charity stripe.
He's got 2 shots.
I don't have any free throw percentages for Stansel. He misses the first
Well, he's
one.
0 at this moment. If he makes this, he'll jump to 50%.
Misses both. Rebound to the Wildcats.
And a jump ball going to Kellogg.
A little bit of jawing with Gibson, and I don't know if it was jawing. They were smiling at each other at the same time. It was Nearing. It might have been just, they might be buddies. They might know each other, so they're
maybe a football remembrance or something.
Then it could be that trash talk where you smile at each other while you say it. Bush brings it down for the Wildcats. Swings it to Luna. Back up top to Luna. The corner to Bush. Bush drives, spins, can't get free of Gibson. Gibson, a lot of reaching. Surprised there's no whistle there. as Nearing works on Sands. Tries to pass it in. The ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by the Wildcats.
Well, I tell you, Kellogg's coach seems to see everything opposite.
Inbound pass, St. Mary's has it. Press in the backcourt. They get it across. Gibson looks it over to Stansel. Would that be Gibson or Stansel?
I'd say Gibson on that one.
Turnover Jacks.
16 seconds left in the half.
8 turnovers, St. Mary's, 9 for the Wildcats.
Whoa.
They ran over Sands going the other way. He got tangled up with the guy behind him. Ball is loose. I think it was a shot. Got blocked. St. Mary's brings it the other way. Gibson works his way around. He's going to drive. Shot won't fall, but he is fouled, I do believe.
Gibson saw the opportunity to go toward the hoop, and he took it.
You could see him start to slow down and maybe trigger the three as time was running out, but it got an open lane, and he said, I'm going to just drive it in. Gibson is 2 for 2 from the stripe. He has 4 points. Oh, off back iron, no good. Sands is one of those players that is going to really get under the skin of his opponents. Makes the second one. 0.6 of a second before the buzzer sounds. Wildcats can't do nothing with it. 25-22 at halftime. St. Mary's trails. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Looking for a new-to-you rig? You're in luck because Dell's Used Cars has your next truck. Dell's has the best variety of pre-owned trucks in one location anywhere south of the internet. Any make, any model, and new inventory arriving daily. Dell's also will take your trade-in, paid for or not. Financing available through Potlatch, Spokane Teachers, Numerica, and a handful of other lenders offering the most competitive interest rates available in the market today. Dell's staff is laid back and knowledgeable and ready to answer any of your questions. Come into Dell's Used Cars located at 1818 North 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene or visit their website at dellscars.com. Dell's Used Cars, doing things different since 1974.
This is what most people's heart rate sounds like when they're getting their taxes done. And this is what a heart rate sounds like when you file at H&R Block. Because they have upfront transparent pricing, so you'll know the price before you begin. No need to sweat a thing. Oh, and that is the sound of my stomach demanding tacos. Upfront transparent pricing. Just another way it's better with Block.
If you have OCD, obsessive coffee disorder, then stop by Shift and Grind, located in the green building right across the street from Jack's Pharmacy. Shift and Grind is a proud Lumberjack supporter and has something for everyone. From regular coffees to lattes, mochas, and more, Shift and Grind will keep your day going. Try a Red Bull infused or Lotus energy drink if you're not a coffee fan. On Lumberjack home game days, wear your Lumberjack colors and get a discount on your favorite drink. Shift and Grind now has indoor seating. Shift and Grind open 5 to 6 Monday through Friday, 6 to 4 on the weekends. Shift and Grind, 132 North 1st Street, right here in St. Mary's.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Use Ace Hardware, the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Do you need help finding that perfect gift? Looking for that personalized touch? Come to Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's and let us fill your balloons. Not only does Jack's carry all of your gift and party supplies, but we're here to serve you with all your personal care items. Come in and let our personal care experts help you find just what you need from our wide selection. If we don't have it, we can get it. Plan your party at Jack's Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you
are back. It is halftime, 22-25, Battle of the Bands going on. The Wildcats on the floor right now. In that first half, the Lumberjacks' biggest lead was 8. Their best run was 6 points. Their biggest deficit was 4. The best run by the Wildcats was 9. There's been 1 tie and 3 lead changes in the game. Going down, looking at rebounds. St. Mary's has had 9, the Wildcats with 12. Offensive rebounds, 2 for St. Mary's, 4 for Kellogg. 7 defensive for the Lumberjacks and 8 defensive for the Wildcats. Both teams with 2 points from second chance points apiece. 8 turnovers for the Lumberjacks, 9 for Kellogg. And assists, 5 for St. Mary's, 1 for the Wildcats. Points off the starting lineup for St. Mary's, 17, 5 off the bench. Not too bad there for the Jacks. Actually, I've got to take some of those away because, let's see here. Ross was a starter, so there's actually 14 points off of the starting lineup. And I think we got 8 points off the bench, so not too bad there for the Lumberjacks and the Wildcats. We'll take a 3-minute break and we'll come back with more.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking.
Mountain Plating is a premier hard chrome plating facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
See the full line of Yamaha Viking side-by-sides at St. Mary's Saw & Cycle today. Yamaha Vikings feature true 3- or 6-person cabins, class-leading comfort, huge cargo capacity, proven off-road capability, and real-world tough reliability. Plus, exclusive features like Ultramatic automatic transmission and on-command 4-wheel drive help you conquer the toughest jobs. Visit St. Mary's Saw & Cycle today. Always protect the environment. Wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and the product warning labels before operation.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's. Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
And we are back, and I'm going to turn up our crowd mic so you can hopefully hear the Lumberjack Band as they finish their performance. Pep Band finishing up their performance in the Battle of the Bands here today. And we're going to get ready to get things underway here for the second half. My sidekick has disappeared. I don't know what the numbers are for the Wildcats individually. Oh, there he is. I'll look at the Lumberjacks individuals first then. Coleman Ross led the team in the first half with 8 points. Grayson Sands has 5. Gibson has 5. Stansel has 4, with only 4 Jacks putting points up on the board. And the Kellogg Wildcats Clark is tallying the numbers
I'm
here.
I'm telling you, they're balanced scoring. Nobody has more than 5, and nobody has less than 2 that have been out on the floor. Not bad. Balanced scoring by Kellogg.
I don't think you went through that quick enough, Clark.
Well, here we go. 4, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3.
So what are your thoughts on the second half?
It's who's going to make the most adjustments to what's going on. St. Mary's had a bit of a cold spell in that second quarter. They can't shoot like that in this half because Kellogg is executing very well.
It looks like that score that we seen earlier on held up for the 49ers. 27-10 is the final. Actually, that can't be right because, oh yeah, it is. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing there. The Vikings didn't score anything in the second half, so the whoever wins out of the Green Bay Seahawks game
goes to San
Francisco. The Seahawks are looking forward to hopefully getting that rematch, but I don't know. That's a tough Green Bay team to play.
Exactly.
And Seattle hasn't won in Green Bay in a while, it sounds like.
Well, not a playoff game. They've never won a playoff game in Green Bay.
Yeah, they're 0 for 3 in Green Bay, in Lambeau.
But then Green Bay's never won in Seattle during a playoff game either.
Oh, it's about time somebody breaks that trend, isn't it?
Why not? Why not? Go Hawks.
I see the JV coach on crutches and Grant Pete on crutches, and that's always...
well, it's been a crutch season, I'll tell you. No pun intended, but even over at the middle school, we got a bunch of kids on crutches this year.
I have to believe that Nelson must be getting held out because he is not warming up with the rest of the guys. He is sitting on the bench out there.
You just don't take chances with head injuries.
Puts the Lumberjacks a little bit short-handed without Pete and without Nelson, but that's when you got to see who can step up in your other side of things to make a difference for you.
I agree with that.
So who do you think had the better battle of the bands?
I enjoyed both of those so much. They both sounded so crisp. But I have to give an edge to St. Mary's on the band.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it. I'll get in trouble.
We don't want old man Broyles to lose to that, do we?
I didn't even see him down there.
Oh, he's down there.
I figured he has to be somewhere down there. Now the Wildcats wearing purple cape. Is it Wiley Wildcat? Is that what it is?
I think that's what I heard.
What was I going to say? The Lumberjack mascot, Chopper costume, is brand new this year.
The new improved Chopper.
So the Booster Club purchased that.
And then he got married.
Yeah, he got married. Lucky guy, I guess.
What a ring. Did you see that ring?
I did not. Don't mind me and Clark just babbling here,
Well, we're just waiting for these guys to come back out now, and it's about to happen.
So, who is going to be our line here? It's going to be mostly our starters. I think it's going to be Sands, so it probably starts in place of Nelson in the second half.
We shall see. Yep, there he is.
Stancil, Ross, Sands, Gibson, and Bechtel on the floor. Original starters for the Wildcats: Luna, Ortley, Nearing, Miller, and the other Luna,
Bechtel
Gavin.
had 2 fouls in the first half, I believe it was.
Something like that.
Be careful.
Gibson has the ball. Kicks it out to Stancil. Short corner shot. Won't fall.
Boy, did he shove Bechtel out of the way. Just threw him.
I take it from that reaction of you that was a foul on Kellogg then.
It was.
Lumberjacks will inbound after the missed shot. Lumberjacks trail 25-22. They only put up 3 points in the second quarter. Out to Ross. Ross back to Bechtel. Now to Gibson. Gibson in the corner. Gibson directing traffic.
Oh, not a good pass.
Gibson tried to direct traffic there and be a little sneaky. It didn't work out for him. Wildcats the other way, and Gibson gets bumped to the floor. I think he was looking for a whistle. No whistle coming. And was that a three-pointer? It was.
It was a 3.
I was trying to look over there and see who he was looking at because Miller turned around and eyeballed somebody as he went back, but there was nobody down there. There's a foul against the Wildcats.
It was on number 12, Ortley, and that's his third. Second team's foul already of the half.
Into Ross. Ross has the ball going up top. Looks inside to Bechtel. Oh, and it's a late whistle, but they do blow the whistle, and better hope Bechtel gets up because he's one of our other big guys in the middle. He has to shake it off. Another foul against the Wildcats, though, and they quickly have 3. And that is the third one on Luna, so a couple of guys there getting a little bit of foul pressure, so to speak. St. Mary's inbounds to Ross up top. Now back to Gibson. Gibson, left wing, pull-up jumper, good. Dribbled into the short corner, pulled up for it, and sunk that bucket from the left side. 28-24, Lumberjacks trail by 4. Nearing to, that is Miller. Bounce pass to Bush. Bush back to Miller. Wildcats try to feed it inside. It's out of bounds off of the Wildcats. And the ref was almost going to point the wrong way, but caught himself. A little bit of a press, looks like, or are they going to back out of it?
They're back, and they're going to maybe trap up at half court, maybe. But they're just more in a man-to-man than anything else.
Sands has it. Nice pass to Ross. Ross from the elbow. Shot won't fall. Bechtel rebound. His shot does go. Lumberjacks back on D. Wildcats try their own no-look pass.
Sands with a steal.
And it's no good. The Sands with the steal, like Clark just said. Gibson pulls up for a deep 3. It's off the side of the iron, no good. That rebound goes to the Wildcats. 28-26, it's down to a 2-point lead. A nice move by the Wildcats. They feed it down inside to
Jerome.
Jerome, who I don't have on this roster.
30.
Yeah. Lumberjack cancel for 3 from the corner. It won't fall. It was a nice look. Looked like it hit the back of the iron and popped out. Rebound to the Wildcats. Lumberjacks 1 for 10 from downtown. There's a 3-point bucket pulled up by Nearing. (26-33), back to a 7-point lead. Bechtel finds Stansel, cutting from the left side, puts it up and good. Kind of trading buckets here now. Wildcats back on the attack. Miller back to Nearing. Nearing midcourt circle, guards Sand all over him. Sands all over him, not Sand all over him. It is a beach theme though.
Now
so,
there's Sand all over him.
There's a foul called. That's against Grayson Sands, his first. Ledbetter checks in for Stansel. Inbound pass to the Wildcats, the corner they go. Driving, shot is no good. Gibson with the rebound. Lumberjacks go the other way. It's going to be, Bechtel's shot won't fall. He does pull down his rebound. Thought we were going to have an assist there, but nothing happened. But Bechtel did get his rebound. Lumberjacks reset. Gibson has it, works his way to the left side. Now back to the top. Sands has it, works his way right side. Down to the corner, cross court to Gibson. Long 3, it is no good. Gibson tries a little flop action there, doesn't get the call. Lumberjacks are trying too much from outside, I think, at the moment. It's not working for them.
Well, they're not finding anything inside at the moment either, though. That zone has been tough on them.
Shot is off the side of the iron by the Wildcats, no good.
Rebound goes to Ross.
Ross, the Wildcats saved it back in. Ross comes away with it. Lumberjacks slow it down, opposite side. Ross holding on to the ball at the moment. Gibson trying to shake his defender. He did so with a little bit of contact, but nothing there. Nice movement as Bechtel fed it into a cutting Gibson, but it won't fall in, but he does get fouled.
That was a real nice give and go. Just did not fall. That was a great give and go.
Gibson is 3 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. That foul went against Jerome. His first, team's fourth. Oh! Back iron, no good on that one. Stansel comes back in. Bechtel goes out. I seen that number 20 check in. That was Groves, I think, for the Wildcats. Gibson misses both. Rebound to the Wildcats. No Lumberjack really tried to crash for the rebound either. Miller has the ball. Now they work it down to the near side here. Left side to Bush. Now to the corner to Groves. And Groves steps out of bounds.
Coach wanted a push.
Yeah, Coach wanted
I
a push.
think he was right.
Lumberjacks inbound it. Ross has the ball. Under 3 to go in the third. St. Mary's trails still by 5. 33-28. Up to Ledbetter, up top. Looking into Stansel. The ball gets poked out from behind. Lumberjacks can't keep it though. Sands turns it over. Shot is up and no good. On the gimme by the Wildcats. Gibson on the rebound. Gibson pull-up jumper from the free throw line. It won't go. Rebound to the Wildcats. Wildcats bring it the other way, and you get a carry.
Got a carry.
Turnover Kellogg. Bechtel quickly back in. Ledbetter goes out. Nobody bucket in here in the last couple of minutes.
No. But let's give it what it is. Partly it's defense.
33-28. Lumberjacks with the ball now. The Lumberjacks trail. Ross to Sands. Sands wing on the wing, right side, up the top to Bechtel. Bechtel to Ross. Lumberjacks slowing their offense down a little bit. Ross penetrates. Shot won't fall. Ball is loose, and it's finally pulled down by the Wildcats. Wildcats have it up top. Wildcats look inside. Now they go back to the wing. Little stutter. Back out they go as the defense came out. Now back to the top to Bush. Bush looks for an outlet. He finds Walker. Back to Bush. Bush looking for somewhere to go. Instead, he's going to try to penetrate. And a foul called on St. Mary's. It's going to be on Sands.
That's his second. Team second.
Nearing checks in for the Wildcats. Walker comes out. Gavin Luna checks in. Groves goes out. 2 fouls for the Lumberjacks, 4 for the Wildcats. 33-28, still the score in favor of Kellogg. Wildcats pull up for a 3, nearing, buries it.
I think that's his second or third of this quarter.
Wildcats on defense, back to Sands.
Good defense.
Turnover by Sands. Wildcats get the steal. Shot is no good. The putback is.
They need to calm down a little bit.
Lumberjacks with a shot. Rebound to the the Wildcats. Lumberjacks trail.
This one could
by
get away
10.
from them if they're not careful.
Sands with a steal though. Sands going to take it himself. Can't get the shot to go. The ball is loose. Goes out of bounds and.
Well, it amazes me how Kellogg's coach can see that.
He thinks everything is against his team, or is,
My goodness.
St. Mary's going to take a quick 30-second timeout with 39 seconds left on the clock for the third quarter. It's been a 5-0 run for the Wildcats. Biggest deficit for St. Mary's is this one now with 10 points.
They've got to stop the bleeding right now, Tim. Let's control this last 30 seconds or so and see what can happen. Get within 10, and this still is a good ball game.
And the 11-3 second quarter, and now a 13-6 third. Lumberjacks trail. It's a battle, that's for sure.
It's been a good ball game.
So what other football game was on tonight?
That would be the Houston-Kansas City game, I believe, tonight. I think it's that one. Yeah, no.
Should be a good game.
That's not the game.
Timeout almost over. Lumberjacks.
Titans and the Ravens.
Lumberjacks come back out on the floor. They'll inbound from the end.
Someone take that cape off their mascot. That's why they're doing better. Boy, that's a great analysis, isn't it? It's the cape.
Into Gibson. Gibson up top. Down to Ross. Ross almost loses the ball. They do get it back. They get it to Gibson in the corner. Left side, no look to Sands, and a foul called. Sands will go to the free throw line. That was a good no-look pass to Ross Sands there. First trip tonight for Sands to the charity stripe. Free throw on the way, no good. 33% from the charity stripe for the Lumberjacks. Three of 9. That one rattles home. 9-point lead, 20 seconds. Wildcats bring it across, play for the last shot of the third quarter. Into the hands of Bush. Bush into the free throw line to Luna. Luna is going to, nice move by Luna to get Stansel up off his feet. That'll put Luna at the charity stripe. Wildcats are 71% from the bonus line.
He's made 3 free throws tonight.
Maybe he's tired now.
You can go with that if you want.
Maybe not.
You sure didn't look tired to me.
Back to a...
How do you get 2 points off a free throw?
I was going to say. It's 39, guys. There we go. Misses the second one. Ross with the rebound. Ross gives it to Gibson. Long three at the buzzer. Oh, it won't go. It was oh so close to falling in. At the end of the third, it's a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. 39-29, low-scoring affair. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Wondering how to...
And we are back. A quick recap. Well, not a whole recap, but so far,
game over.
Both JV teams have won, and right now, Lumberjacks are in danger of both varsity teams losing. Still plenty of time for the boys, though, but they are down by 10 here going into the fourth. I think St. Mary's will have, I guess, depends on the way the arrow's pointing. Looks like it's going to be the Wildcats.
It'll be Kellogg ball.
These 5 guys have getting a lot of playing time tonight. They haven't had a lot of subbing. There is a couple of freshman players down there on there, and I
got some water or something they're trying to get rid of.
I'm kind of surprised, but not 100% surprised to see not see maybe Connor Wolf get in the game a little bit here, but he hasn't made it in.
Well, the big kahuna, Mr. Bechtel, was out there helping get that water off there.
Doing a good job down there. He's doing a good job.
He's looking like a big kahuna tonight.
Oh, yeah. At least he's not wearing a grass skirt. Wildcats into the backcourt.
I still wouldn't want to go outside of those sandals.
Wildcats working the ball around. First possession, 4th quarter. Nearing works his way into the trees of St. Mary's. And this is going to be a jump ball.
Nice defense there by Stansel.
I think it was Stansel and Bechtel
both of them were really playing that well.
Contesting that. Lumberjacks will inbound, pressed by the Wildcats. Gibson working his way down the right side of the floor. Reaching foul there by Luna. That is number 4 or 5.
It says 4 on the board.
Okay.
I don't argue with the board.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'll argue with your stats.
I didn't know if they put the name up there and they had credited the foul just yet.
If in doubt, it's the board.
I think he went out too.
Yes, he did.
Gibson has the ball. Lumberjacks trying to see if they can't get quality. Oh, no look pass into Stansel, out to Sands. Oh, can't get the 3 to go.
They can't buy downtown today.
Rebound Kellogg. Oh, a foul by Stansel. A little bit of a reach there. Well, they would be nice if they could get one of them to drop in, because that would definitely help the cause, but they can't get one to fall. Wildcats into the back, near the midcourt stripe. It is, I believe, Bush with control. He goes to Orley, back to Bush. Bush up top. Bush drives, right side, kicks it out. Orley, shot, up and good by Orley. Lumberjacks back the other way, trailing by 12.
Who scored that?
Ortley did.
That's what I thought.
The one thing St. Mary's can't do is let the Wildcats continue to build the lead. Trying to feed it into Bechtel. Bechtel back out to Ross. Now back to Bechtel, and it's going to be a steal.
It's not how you want to start this quarter, Tim. You got to get caught again like you did in the beginning of the game.
Wildcats drive underneath. Gibson almost gets the ball poked away, but Luna able to corral it. Shot is up, no good. Bechtel on the rebound. Lumberjacks back the other way, trying to buy a bucket. Looking into Bechtel. Bechtel mishandles the ball. Out of bounds, turnover St. Mary's. That might have actually been a turnover on the one that was trying to pass it in, but
timeout Kellogg.
Kellogg wants a timeout. That's their third. It's a 30-second timeout. Lumberjacks have got to rally here. They've got to get some buckets to fall. Started out at 67% or 72% shooting in that first half, and it's gone, or first quarter, and they're down to 36% now. Kind of like that that Potlatch game, but they never did get to shoot good at all in the Potlatch game, but it's almost the same thing as all of a sudden they've had some good looks and they can't get them to go in.
And I think part of what's going on here is not having Nelson out there is hurting them a little bit. A little bit.
See who Ledbetter just checked in for. I can't tell. Who did he come in for?
Oh, he went in for Bechtel.
Bechtel. Wildcats bringing it down. Up to the top to Luna. Luna brings it to the near side, back to the top. That's the other Luna. We got two Lunas on the floor at the same time. I thought that was typically a travel with the way Colby Luna went to the ground and slid across the floor. They didn't blow it dead
the
there.
referee has explained that he did not have control of the ball in order for it to happen.
So Stansel lands on top of him. They tie it up. It's just a jump ball. Wildcats will inbound. They get it to Gavin Luna underneath. Luna spins, puts the shot up and good.
That's something that Gibson shouldn't have done, trying to go for the ball and exposing the strong side of the basket.
Going the other way, Stansel has the ball in the corner. Contact
That's a
is
foul on
made.
Kellogg, and now we'll be 1-1.
I think that foul was on Nearing. It is.
His third.
That'll send Stansel to the charity stripe. Colby Luna comes out, and it's actually the second one, it looks like, for Nearing.
That's a brief break for Bechtel.
He's going to come back in and give Gibson a spell. Stansel 0 for 2 from the stripe tonight. And this is when they get harder to make, too. You're worn out, you're tired, you're beat up. Back iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Wildcats after St. Mary's almost had a chance at it. Now the ball is loose.
They got control of the ball and he called timeout. Good job.
Sands, I'm going to give him a steal there, didn't he have it?
Yep.
And Bechtel rolled over and started, or Sands rolled over and started to call timeout, and
Coach
Chase started calling timeout too. That coach he questions just about every single call, doesn't he?
He's just, I'll say this, he works for his kids.
5:30 to go.
And his record over his 7 years there is phenomenal. 7 or 8 years.
St. Mary's in an 0-4 hole right now in this fourth quarter. 2.5 minutes gone, there's only been 4 points scored.
They've got to get started right now.
They're down by 14. Stansel will inbound. Ledbetter's back in. Oh, he was already in. Okay. Sands has the ball up top for the Jacks. Goes to Ross. Ross thought about going to Bechtel, but there was nowhere to go to him with. And back out to Sands. Corner to Bechtel. Bechtel thinks about a shot, drives, gets the ball poked out from behind. There was a shot put up by Ledbetter. It was no good. Stansel tried the offensive putback. It wouldn't go.
And I think
we have a whistle.
Stansel's going to be shooting too.
And Stansel drew the foul. That was foul number 4 on Ortley. You got to start the scoring somewhere. Make it here from the charity stripe. Makes the first one. Jerome comes in. Ortley out. I think Ross just checked out. Gibson back in for Jacks.
And number 10 checked in.
Oh, that's I don't have him in my I don't have him in my program. It's Wicks. Trace Wicks.
Yeah, it's Trace.
Oh. That's going to be a foul on Stansel. It's number 4. Made the free throw?
That one was made, yep.
Ross came back in for St. Mary's. What number was 10 was Wicks?
Yeah, yeah.
Shot is up and no good. Rebound, put back is good. Lumberjacks back the other way, and we get a travel by Ross. Wildcats back the other way. 16-point lead, biggest lead now for the Wildcats. Ross with a steal. Ball is loose. The Wildcats still come back away. I'm not even going to credit it either way. And the Wildcats with some good ball movement, a foul called. Sends Jerome to the charity stripe. Who is that foul going to go against? Was that Stancil? Already has 4. That's Bechtel. Jerome, this is his first time to the free throw line, isn't it?
Yes.
Misses the first. Trace Wicks comes off. Sands back in. Second shot is good. Ledbetter goes out, or no, Ledbetter was already out. So who am I missing? I know who's on, but I'm trying to figure out who is not there right now. I think it's Stancil. And a turnover by St. Mary's. Wildcats bring it the other way. Lumberjacks are starting to struggle here. Well, not starting, it's been a rough one for a while now. Is that a foul away from the ball?
Yes. It's been some good defense by Kellogg in this quarter and basically the second half.
Ross goes out. Stancil comes back in. Nearing to the free throw line. Misses the 1-and-1, but an offensive board. The Wildcats reset, taking possessions away from the Jacks. It is Miller. Miller has it, drives from the right side, and a foul called. Boy, St. Mary's don't seem to be able to defend anything right now without getting called for a foul. Was that 14? That was Stancil drawing his 5th. Are you seeing those as legitimate fouls?
Most of them, yeah. It's evened up on the fouls for the half anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
That sends Miller to the free throw line.
And
I think it's his
when
first
Kellogg's
time.
attacking the basket like this, fouls are going to happen.
Very true. The Lumberjacks are down Nelson, now they're down Stancil. $18-point lead for the Wildcats. I don't know if St. Mary's has enough time with under 4 to go to mount the comeback. They definitely won't quit, that's for sure. Makes both. St. Mary's only scored 1 bucket in the 4th. Gibson brings it down. Gibson gets tackled. No foul called. That's going to be a turnover and a steal for the Wildcats.
It's
on
a
the
little
steps.
out of control, though, with the ball.
Wildcats feed it inside to Jerome, and they put it up and good. It's getting out of hand. Coach Chase calls the timeout. It's a full. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
To manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oakes at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oakes a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Why should you stop at 10th Street Superstop? Well, because Kenny's a nice guy. Actually, no. I mean...
We're back as I always forget that 30 seconds goes by very quick. 51-30, St. Mary's down by 21. I didn't really expect it to get this far out of hand as far as the score. But here we are.
Give credit to Kellogg. They're a very good ball team.
Yeah, they are.
Defensively, they really have put the clamps on them since the first quarter. They've only scored 11 points
Yeah.
since that first quarter outburst.
Yep. 8 points in the second half.
Give credit where it's due.
And this really was a Wildcat team that graduated a lot of people, and nobody knew. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect out of them this year. St. Mary's will inbound with 3:31 to go, trailing by 21. I almost think it'd take about a bit of a miracle at this point to come back, but you never know what can happen. Ross has it. You get a couple of stops and some three-point shots.
Wow, he got mugged on that.
Yeah, he did. Gibson took the shot. He got it blocked, but it looked like there was a lot of contact. Connor Wolf.
Oh, is this Wolf?
This is Wolf. What number is he?
15, and 21 just went out.
Lumberjacks will inbound. Oops, I didn't put him as in, I guess. They get it to Sands. Sands can't get the three to go. Rebound to the Wildcats. Things really started to go the wrong way for St. Mary's when they started trying to bury a lot of three-pointers too. Like you said, though, credit to the Wildcats because they were forcing a lot of those outside
that's exactly
shots.
what they had going for them, because that zone just stopped them.
That's Ross's fourth foul. Missed free throw. Oh, what did I do? I put him on the wrong one, I think.
Well, Wolf just went back out.
Did he? Good, I don't got to worry about that.
Now
then.
21 is in.
That's Elliott. Second free throw is good. The lead grows for the Wildcats. Gavin Luna goes out. Checking in for him is Hoffman. Under 3 to go. St. Mary's needs to get some buckets going here late in this, no matter how it turns out, just to kind of, like you say, get maybe a little bit of a win here at the end, just to say we at least rebounded and put up 8-9 points before the game was over. They get it out to Gibson. He goes for a long three. It won't go.
They have just been cold outside most of the night.
Live and die by the three-pointer, that's for sure. Lumberjacks are 1 of 15 from outside. Foul on Bechtel. Free throw line for the Wildcats. That's Miller. Coach Chase still hunting a brawl for the ball win against the Wildcats. Don't look like it's going to come tonight. Makes the first free throw. Groves, Luna, and Walker check in for Kellogg. Second free throw is good. Wildcats 65% from the charity stripe. Bechtel for a three. In and out. The rebound, though, to Elliott.
And throwaway by Ross.
Lumberjacks turn it over. Let's see how many turnovers that. Oh, Wolf is back in. I thought I had him in, but I did not on this one up here.
Ledbetter's in. Jeez.
What happened there?
Can we get this over with?
Trying to see who is out. Another foul, huh? That foul was against Gibson. No, Gibson is in the game.
That's not his fifth.
No, I know, but I'm trying to figure out who I've got. Bechtel isn't in. They make both of those? No, just one.
Just one.
Lumberjacks back the other way. Sands. Nice drive by Sands. Way to get in there and draw the foul. Sands will go to the charity stripe. Under 2 minutes to go. Lumberjacks trail by 25. Sands 1 of 2 from the stripe. Off back iron, no good. 35% from the charity stripe for St. Mary's as a team. Next free throw on the way, that one is good. And Coach Chase did not want a foul right there. Sands, was that Sands that did that?
Yes.
If it was Sands, that's probably number
4.
This shows number 4. I had him with 4, but I must have maybe I gave him one earlier and it went to somebody else. It was somebody else's foul. That's Walker getting to go to the charity stripe. Short arms that one, no good. It's a 1-12 run for the Wildcats. Or 12-1, however you want to look at it. (17-2) run in the fourth for St. Mary for the Wildcats. Lumberjacks back on the attack. Corner, gonna get a 3-point shot on the way. It's good by Wolf. A steal by Gibson.
Called for a charge.
Was it called as a charge? Jeez. He had a steal too, though, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't think he stole it, but doesn't matter. Give it to him if you want.
Yeah. Wildcats bring it in. Minute 33. Ball is loose, and they say it's off of the Wildcats, and it goes over to St. Mary's. Gibson came in there pretty aggressively and tied the ball up. Tried to tie it up, it got knocked loose. Ross has it. They're going to go to Sands. Sands almost has the ball stripped away. It's in the hands of Ross. Ross to Gibson. Gibson for 3. It's off the iron, won't fall. Ball is loose though.
Stolen by Ross.
St. Mary's turned it back over.
And Wolf gets the steal, thanks to Gibson.
53 seconds. Lumberjacks trigger the 3. That's Sands. Can't get it to go.
He lifted his pivot and got called for travel.
We'll take the turnover.
Coach calls a time. Kellogg called a timeout.
Kellogg did.
Why?
47 seconds on the clock. It's a 22-point lead for Kellogg.
Why?
The Wildcats call a timeout. Well, I think it was their last one. They don't want to leave it here.
Oh, why not?
Ah, what a rough game. Started out so good. Wildcat defense just stymied the Lumberjack offense in the second, third, and fourth quarters.
Definitely. They have not scored in 3 quarters what they scored in the first.
Nope, they're 6 points off from that. Oh, man. Well, what does the rest of your weekend look like? What are you doing when you get home?
Well, I have to look and see how much more snow accumulation there might be. I have to decide if we're going to have church tomorrow or not, too. There's a possibility that we will not be able to do it if it starts snowing again tonight.
After the timeout, St. Mary's will inbound. Ledbetter trying to find somebody, goes to Wolf up top. Wolf to Ross. Ross, quick three, it's good. They can at least maybe finish on a high note with a few buckets here in the end.
This is not a high note tonight, but that's okay.
30 seconds. Wildcats moving the ball around. They're not going to shoot. Lumberjacks trying to get a steal. Are going to get a foul on Sands. That'll be number 5. Trace
Wicks has come back in.
If they could get the ball back here and at least get this to 40 to 56.
I still would not be encouraged.
Yeah.
Not tonight. Just let's give Kellogg its due.
Back to a 20-point lead, 57-37. 18-point quarter for the Wildcats. It's the biggest quarter for them scoring-wise. That one misses. And they say that's out of bounds off of the Lumberjacks as they were fighting for it down there. Wildcats trying to inbound, get it in. Lumberjacks on defense, 9 seconds, and kind of backing off now as St. Mary's let the clock run out. 57-37, the final. Lumberjacks fall. The two varsity teams lose tonight. JV teams win tonight. Now we got to do all of the numbers for the draw for the ball battle and see who takes the ball home today. If it stays with Kellogg or if St. Mary's brings it home. We'll go ahead and take a quick 3-minute break.
Should you stop at 10th Street Superstop? Well, because Kenny's a nice guy. Actually, no. Never mind. Yes, Kenny is nice, but that's not the reason. You should stop at 10th Street Superstop for all your livestock feeds and pet feed needs. 10th Street Superstop carries all the top brands. Did I mention Kenny's a nice guy? Oh, and they also have a large assortment of snacks and beverages just for you. 10th Street Superstop for all your farm, garden, and hunger needs. And by the way,
I hope they pull my ticket.
I didn't buy one. Wait!
They won't pull mine, but hey, whatever.
And the winner is Timmy Hunter.
Timmy Hunter? That sounds like a little kid.
If you know Timmy, give him a call and see if he wants to go in a little bit back. I don't know. But congratulations, Timmy Hunter.
Why couldn't it have been Timmy Parrish? And we are back. Oh, I thought we were.
Kenny's really a nice guy. 10th Street Superstop in St. Mary's.
She's $4,000. And we are back, and they just pulled the winning ticket for the 50-50 raffle. Sadly, it was not me, but whoever Timmy Hunter is, he just won $4,000 out of that 50-50 raffle. You got to remember that 50-50 raffle, it's not just St. Mary's, it's the combined 50-50 raffle from both schools.
I forgot to throw my dollar in today. Doggone it.
All it takes is one, Clark.
I know.
Well, the winning Wildcats, you might as well give us a rundown of their
Again, there was a
individual
lot of
numbers.
balanced scoring in this, but the leading scorer tonight was Miller with 12 points. Jerome had 8. Looks like Bush and Luna with 7 each. Rose with Nearing with 9. And that's about the scoring here. We've got 56 points.
From each school. So let's start with Kellogg High School. Your king is Nate Turner.
So Nate Turner is the king for Kellogg. And the queen is somebody Williams. I didn't catch the first name. Dana Williams.
Look at those cow shirt pants.
St. Mary's.
Is Carson Wicks.
The king is Carson Wicks. Never seen a crowd get so loud. Taylor Humphrey is the queen. Taylor Humphrey and Carson Wicks, the king and queen for the ball for St. Mary's.
Congratulations. And now let's get to some results, people. As you know, the first game, the girls' JV game, went to St. Mary's.
They're going over the winners now. So we all know that St. Mary's JV girls won the first game. Boys JV went to St. Mary's. The tug of war and the ball, the dodgeball both went to St. Mary's as well. Pep rally.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's pulls down the pep rally.
And in a squeaker,
The cheer competition
went to Kellogg. And by the same close margin, the mascot competition.
Mascot dance-off. Kellogg.
And the Battle of the Bands and another swim.
Battle of the Bands.
Goes to
Kellogg. So there's 3 events, 1 for St. Mary's, 3 for Kellogg. School spirit.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's won the school spirit.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship up next. St. Mary's Lumberjacks showing their sportsmanship here tonight.
50-50 raffle were as follows.
50-50 raffle results.
The totals for St. Mary's were $3,172. And Kellogg was $5,000.
Over $5,000. The 50-50 raffle, St. Mary's had over $3,000, Kellogg over $5,400. Food drive.
High school collected $20,220. And St. Mary's
Food drive. The food drive, Kellogg raised over 20,000 pounds. St. Mary's over 28,000 pounds for the food drive.
One of the closest brawls in history. The ball goes to St.
The brawl for the ball comes back to the Lumberjacks this year, and you know, I think somebody in Kellogg, because you weren't there last year in Kellogg.
Yes, I was.
Or you were there. I think that might have been you then. We said it almost seems to go back and forth every year regardless of the results. But, and I think there was one year when we had it here and Kellogg won it, but I can't remember for sure. But it does kind of seem to just go back and forth no matter what the results are. In any case, a good fundraising effort for both schools. And a great day of basketball here in St. Mary's. I already went over the individuals for the Wildcats in this varsity boys game. The individuals for the Lumberjacks. Coleman Ross led in scoring. He had 11. Grayson Sands, Brett Stansel, and Gibson each had 7 points for St. Mary's. Connor Wolf ended up with 3 points and Bechtel with 2. And it just was a game that started out pretty good, a hard fought beginning, and St. Mary's really had a good first quarter, and then Kellogg made some adjustments that St. Mary's
They
out adjust.
put the clamps on them after that first quarter, especially in the second half. They put the clamps on.
I can't wait till these guys meet back up in Kellogg, and I will be there, pretty sure, to watch another one of these. In any case, I don't think we've got much else to go over. We can go ahead and wrap things up here. Wrap up the JV girls won 31-21. JV boys 55-40 with the win. JV varsity girls lost 52-20. Varsity boys lost 57-37. And that wraps up the game, the brawl for the ball. The Lumberjacks, though, did win the brawl for the ball, so they do bring the ball back home. So all thing is well and good in St. Mary's tonight. Hopefully everybody has a safe trip home wherever they're going. The Wildcat fans, all of them. I don't even know what the weather looks like outside. What did it look like when you came over this
It
afternoon?
was not snowing at that moment.
But it could have changed.
It could have changed since then, yes.
All right. Well, we will have the Seahawks game on the air tomorrow, so remember that. It's later in the afternoon. I don't remember the time, but we will have that game on the air. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you here with our next game, which I think it's Grangeville next week. Nobody hosts anybody this week, so we'll send it back. No, it's at Grangeville, and the girls go to Priest River, and the boys don't play until against Grangeville. So that's all we've got next week. We'll talk to everybody later. Send it back to the studio.